The 1 Hour English Daily
一天一小时英文情境式听力系列，多国口音，让你听得更广，听得更深入，听得更地道。别忘了订阅我们的频道，按赞、分享，并在下方留言打卡，一起互相鼓励，共同进步吧。
Have you noticed all the dance challenges on social media lately?
Yes, they are everywhere.
Some of them look so fun.
And others just look impossible to do.
Have you tried any of them?
I attempted one, but I looked ridiculous.
Which one was it?
The one with the hand wave and spin.
That one's so popular right now.
I know, but my coordination isn't great.
Do you think you'll try another one?
Maybe, but I'll need a lot of practice first.
Have you seen the new meme trend?
Oh, the one with the cats.
Yes, those are hilarious.
They really are. Cats always win the internet.
What's your favorite social media platform?
Probably Instagram. What about you?
I use TikTok more. It's addictive.
Totally. You can lose hours scrolling.
Do you post much yourself?
Not really. I prefer just watching.
Same here. Posting feels like too much pressure.
Exactly. Everyone's so creative these days.
Do you follow any food accounts?
Yes. They always make me hungry.
Same, and then I end up ordering takeout.
That's the danger of food content.
Do you follow travel accounts too?
Of course. They make me want to book a trip immediately.
Same here. Social media's the best for travel ideas.
It really is. You discover so many cool places.
What's the most inspiring account you follow?
There's one about eco-friendly living. It's fascinating.
I've seen those. They make me feel guilty about using plastic.
same. But they also give great tips to reduce waste.
Do you think social media is overall a good thing?
I think it depends on how you use it.
True, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Exactly. It can connect or overwhelm you.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully doing something creative. What about you?
I'd like to start my own business someday.
That sounds exciting. What kind of business?
Something related to tech, maybe an app.
That's such a great field to get into.
What about you? What's your dream job?
I'd love to work in film or TV production.
That's so cool. Have you done anything related to it?
I've taken a few classes, but nothing professional yet.
What's the most exciting part about it for you?
Creating stories that connect with people.
That's a powerful goal.
Thanks. What about your app idea?
I want it to solve everyday problems, like time management.
That's a brilliant idea. Everyone needs help with that.
Do you think people would pay for an app like that?
Absolutely, if it's well designed and useful.
What's your biggest challenge with your goal?
Finding time to focus on it while working full-time.
That's tough. Do you have a plan for that?
I'm trying to set aside weekends for it.
That's a good start.
Thanks. Baby steps, right?
Do you ever feel overwhelmed by your goals?
Sometimes, but I remind myself to take it one step at a time.
That's a great mindset.
I try. What's your next step for your dream?
My next step is networking with people in the industry.
That's a smart move. Connections are everything.
Do you go to a lot of networking events?
Not yet, but I'm planning to start.
What's your biggest motivation?
Making a difference in people's lives.
That's inspiring. Do you think you'll reach it soon?
I hope so, but I know it'll take time.
Do you think there's a shortcut to success?
Hard work and persistence are the only shortcuts.
I agree. What's one thing you wish you'd known earlier?
That it's okay to fail as long as you keep trying.
What's your favorite type of cuisine?
Definitely Italian. You?
I'd say Japanese. I love sushi.
Sushi is amazing. Do you have a favorite spot?
There's a little place downtown I always go to.
I'll have to check it out sometime.
What's the best meal you've ever had?
It was a seafood platter in Greece.
That sounds incredible. What was on it?
Lobster, shrimp, and some local fish.
Do you cook much at home?
Not as much as I'd like, but I try.
What's your go-to dish when you cook?
Probably pasta. It's quick and easy.
Do you follow recipes or just improvise?
A little of both, depending on the mood.
Do you enjoy baking too?
Not really. I'm more of a cooking person.
Baking feels like too much science.
Exactly. Cooking lets you be more creative.
What's the most adventurous thing you've eaten?
Probably octopus in Spain. It was surprisingly good.
I've never tried octopus. Is it chewy?
A little, but it depends on how it's cooked.
What's a dish you've always wanted to try?
Authentic ramen in Japan. You?
I'd love to try Moroccan Tajin. It looks amazing.
Oh, that's on my list too.
Do you watch cooking shows for inspiration?
All the time. They make me so hungry.
Who's your favorite celebrity chef?
Gordon Ramsay, hands down.
What do you like about his style?
He's direct, but his food is amazing.
Have you tried any recipes from his shows?
I tried his scrambled eggs recipe. It was incredible.
Do you think cooking is relaxing?
Definitely, when I'm not in a rush.
Same here. Cooking feels like therapy sometimes.
Especially when you get to eat the results.
What's the most memorable trip you've ever taken?
Definitely my trip to Iceland. What about you?
I'd say my road trip across the US.
That sounds like such an adventure.
What did you do in Iceland?
I hiked on glacier and saw the northern lights.
That must be been incredible.
It was. Pictures don't do it justice.
What was the highlight of your road trip?
Driving through the Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon is on my bucket list.
You have to go. It's breathtaking.
Did you try any local food during your trips?
In Iceland, I tried fermented shark.
Fermented shark. Was it good?
Not really, but it was an experience.
What's a place you'd love to visit next?
Japan, for sure. I want to see the cherry blossoms.
I've always wanted to visit Japan too.
Let's plan a trip together.
Have you ever traveled alone?
Yes, once to Scotland. It was so peaceful.
Scotland sounds amazing. Did you explore the castles?
Yes, and the landscapes were breathtaking.
Did you meet any locals during your trip?
Yes, they were so friendly and welcoming.
Traveling alone must feel different.
It does. You get to go at your own pace.
Have you ever gotten lost while traveling?
Yes, in Venice. The streets are so confusing.
How did you find your way back?
I just kept walking until I reached a landmark.
Did you enjoy getting lost?
Surprisingly, yes. It led to some hidden gems.
That's the magic of traveling, isn't it?
Absolutely. The unexpected moments are the best.
What's your dream travel destination?
South Africa. I want to go on a safari.
That's on my list too. Let's make it happen someday.
Deal. It'll be an unforgettable experience.
How do you usually deal with stress?
I like to go for a walk or meditate. What about you?
I usually hit the gym. Exercise helps clear my mind.
That's a great way to relieve stress.
Do you think stress can ever be a good thing?
In small doses, maybe. It can motivate you.
What's the most stressful situation you've been in?
Probably a big presentation at work.
How did you handle it?
I prepared a lot and practiced until I felt confident.
That's impressive. Do you still get nervous?
Sometimes, but not as much as I used to.
What's your favorite way to relax after a long day?
A cup of tea and a good book always work for me.
That sounds lovely. Do you read fiction or non-fiction?
Mostly fiction. It helps me escape reality for a bit.
Have you ever tried yoga for stress relief?
A few times. It's harder than it looks.
I've heard that too. What's the hardest part for you?
The balance poses. I keep wobbling.
Have you tried journaling?
Not yet. Does it really help?
It helps me organize my thoughts.
That sounds like a good idea. I might try it.
What's the funniest way you've ever distressed?
I once screamed into a pillow. It actually worked.
That's hilarious. Did anyone hear you?
Thankfully, no. I would have been so embarrassed.
Do you ever use music to relax?
All the time. My go-to is classical piano.
Classical music is so calming.
It really is. What's your favorite genre?
I like jazz. It has a nice rhythm.
Jazz is great. It always lifts my mood.
Do you have a go-to stress relief activity?
Yoga, definitely. It's like a reset button.
Have you ever tried mindfulness meditation?
Yes, but I find it hard to sit still for long.
It takes practice. Maybe start with just a few minutes.
That's a good idea. I'll give it another shot.
如果这部影片有帮助到您，欢迎按赞、分享、订阅、留言，来帮助更多的人。最后记得开启小铃铛，让我们一起共同学习与成长吧。